So this week, solo battles is officially done. EA decided to cut off solo battles a month short before Madden 23 comes out. And as you can see right here, we ranked 17th for the last week, and I only had a 96 overall. I know that seems high, but everyone's at a 99 overall at this point of year. And a lot of the teams that we faced are really good. Solo battles to me for a casual player is probably the best way to earn coins. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to prep for solo battles in Madden 23. If you guys love fantasy football, check out Underdog Fantasy and draft your team today in the Best Ball Mania tournament. Draft your team with no in-season management, no trades, no waivers. You don't even have to set your own lineup. Underdog Fantasy will do that for you. Each week, you will get the optimal score each week of the season. Give yourself the best shot at winning over $10 million in total prize money. Yes, you heard it right. $10 million. So let's get to drafting. Head over to underdogfantasy.com or download the app in the App Store right now. And make sure that you guys sign up with promo code SNOTS. Underdog Fantasy is going to match your first deposit up to $100. Again, Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code SNOTS. Link will be in the description. I will also be hosting a private draft for my subscribers. Link will be in the description if you guys want to join. It is open. First come, first serve. As soon as it fills up, we will start the draft. So first step is to have the correct playbook. Now, I've seen a lot of different schemes out there that people use for solo battles, but I've been using this same scheme for the last 2 years. Alternate offense, run heavy. The year before that, it was the Raiders playbook. So I don't know if Madden 20 will be a different playbook or not for these specific plays, but I did play the beta and I did see that this playbook was in there and those same plays are still in there. So I don't know if that's going to change much at all, but I'll show you the plays that you guys are going to want to have. Okay, so I'm in a game right now. The only 2 plays that you need to make sure that you have is the PA vertical shot play and the PA power O. That's your run and pass play. You're literally going to run these plays the entire time. I'm not going to show you them, but I will show you in the solo battles tutorial for Madden 23. The next thing is I want to remind you guys that solo battles is not going to be available immediately as soon as launch hits. So that means they're going to give you some time to build up your team a little bit and make it competitive so you can beat those teams, especially if you're no money spent. You're going to want to build up your team as much as possible. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go over some very important positions that you're going to want to make sure that you do have. And we'll start at the quarterback. For your quarterback, this is actually who I started out with in my first couple weeks of solo battles, and I did finish top 100. Now in Madden 22, Josh Allen was an 82 or an 83 overall or something like that, and he wasn't as expensive. Madden 23, I do think his overall is going to go up, and I do think he's going to be a pricier quarterback, but I do recommend this. Get his power up and power him up to maybe like an 80 or something like that. The really good thing for Josh Allen in the beginning of solo battles is the guy's release. Now, as we all know, beginning of Madden 23, no quarterbacks are going to be able to get gunslinger. So you want to try to find a quarterback that has a pretty fast release. Josh Allen is one of those guys that has a really good release and he gets rid of the ball really quick. So try to get his power up, get him up to like an 80 overall. I think it'll be perfect. But if you don't want Josh Allen, it's not a big deal. If you have a better quarterback, it's not the end of the world. You can still finish top 100 easy. Next thing that I recommend doing is getting a very fast running back. As we all know, beginning of any Madden, the most important thing is speed. But if you guys are looking to get the fastest player and the best player, you're going to be spending a lot of coins. So I try to be budget friendly as much as possible. We're going to be no money spent, so we're not going to be able to blow hundreds of thousands of coins right off the rip. So when it comes to solo battles, I really think Raheem Mostert is going to be perfect for that. Now, I do think Raheem Mostert is going to go down to a gold, but I do think he's going to be a really good budget running back. He's still going to have pretty good speed. This was the card that I actually used beginning of solo battles in Madden 22. And as you can see here, he had 88 speed. 88 speed in the beginning of the Madden seasons are really, really good, especially if you can get some kind of, chemistry card or a theme team, whatever it may be. But yeah, Raheem Mostert, I don't think he'll be an elite, but I still think his speed is going to be around that like 87, maybe 86, something like that. He's still going to be fast and effective for solo battles. So I'm hopping over to mud.gg because I wasn't able to find the player, well, this player in the game because I'm too lazy. But I do recommend having one good receiver. All you need is one for solo battles. Now, if you're going into, head to head or weekend league, you're gonna need some good receivers. But for solo battles, all you need is one. So this year, my guy was this 85 overall Lance Allworth. So the really cool thing about this card, I don't know if Madden 23 is gonna have anything like this, but he was very cheap when it came to putting an ability on him. If I remember right, it only costs like one training or something like that to get one of these ability slots. So with my receivers in solo battles, I always do mid and elite because literally the only pass that I'm throwing is a slant that's going to this receiver every single play. And I noticed that this mid and elite lights up every single time when I run that. So you're gonna wanna try to get a good receiver that can get mid and elite. All right, so moving on to the defensive side of things, I recommend having at least 2 corners that are good enough to get acrobat. You're gonna have to, I know this sounds like a lot, but you have to remember that beginning of Madden seasons, there's always challenges and stuff like that that will allow you to get free cards. For example, this JC Jackson right here was a free card. All you had to do was complete the Gridiron Forge, I think it was called, and you got this 87 JC Jackson. And I held on to this card for quite a while in solo battles, and he was my #1 corner. He was perfect. He got acrobat, and he did everything just right. And you're going to want to make sure that you get one more corner. Doesn't have to be just as good as an 87. I'm just showing this because it was a free card, but I recommend somebody with pretty good speed, and make sure that you're getting a corner that's not super short. I noticed in solo battles, receivers will cheese you a lot if they are taller than you. It will catch balls over top of your head. So you're going to want to make sure that you're getting corners that are fast and have some height. So yeah, guys, position wise, those are really the most important keys to placing top 100 in solo battles. Now remember, I will put up a tutorial in Madden 23 on how to do those things. The reason why I don't want to put anything out right now is because I don't know how different solo battles will play in Madden 23. Solo battles has been pretty much the same pretty much since it came out, but you never know, things could change in 23, so I don't want to put anything out yet. But just know, as soon as the game comes out, I'm going to be labbing things and see what works and what doesn't. I promise to get that out to you guys. Yeah, so pretty much with all of the other positions, you're good with gold players for now. The beginning of solo battles is very, very easy. There's really no really insane teams that you're going to be playing against. So just make sure that you fill out those positions that I showed you. And remember that you're going to get a couple weeks to try to build up your team, and you won't have to worry about jumping into things too quick. So build up your team, get those positions right, and you'll be good to go. So the next thing I want to talk about with solo battles is deciding which console you're going to be doing solo battles on. So basically what I mean by that is if you're going to be playing Madden on, I guess it's called old gen or current gen. Obviously solo battles is available on both, but they play different, both of them. Completely different. This last year, I played most of my solo battles on old gen. This year, I'm going to be doing everything on next gen. Okay, I need to stop calling it next gen. It is current gen, aka the newest one. What I noticed with current gen is that the games are much shorter. So that's a good thing. Time is key. I also noticed that everyone's score is much lower than what you see on the old gen versions. Here's how I look at it. Solo battles, old gen, I think it's easier to get a good score. It is. Current gen is pretty easy too, but it really starts to get hard when it comes to playing those better teams, that have those higher overall cards. That's when it gets tough because the defense really, no one has found a defense that is just elite against the good teams in solo battles. There's really nothing great out there as far as defense goes. Basically what I'll do is run special teams and try to get a sack every time with our return man. I will go over that when Madden 23 comes out. Hopefully that defense still works. I think it definitely will. I tried it out in the beta and it did work still. If you have a current gen console, I know they're hard to get, but I recommend doing solo battles on those consoles, simply just because it is so much quicker and you get through the games much faster. Now, if you have old gen, you can still get top 100 easily with the same method that I will be showing you. It just takes a little longer. That's all. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything you guys should be doing when Madden 23 drops to get ready for solo battles. So here's what I'm gonna do. When Madden 23 comes out, I'm going to lab solo battles as much as I can, basically just playing against the CPU and seeing if the same cheese plays that I use this year work again for next year. I think they will. They worked pretty well for me in the beta, but you never know. Things can change from now to then. We don't know. So I'm going to test it out. And then before solo battles drops, I'm going to be showing you guys some tips and tricks to try to get to top 100. So that video will be out before solo battles actually drops, so you guys can prep yourself and get ready. But from my previous experience, solo battles hasn't necessarily changed. I've had the same method every single year. So I am anticipating that it's not going to change, but we never know. So that's why I'm not going to cover all that right now. So yeah, guys, if you guys are new around here, be sure to subscribe to the channel and throw a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. I'm so ready for Madden 23, so leave a like if you guys are ready too. I'm out of here. Peace.